Well, hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today's dinner I made myself. I have some barbecue chicken with onions, some rice with vermicelli, and some fried eggplant and hot peppers, some yogurt, some hot sauce, and a diet peach iced tea, or zero sugar peach iced tea, whatever. Bismillah. Ow. Oops, would help to open it, wouldn't it? This hot sauce is like my ketchup. Now I know people were complaining about how big my spoon was, so I found a smaller spoon. But also I don't like the metal sounds, so alright, I'm gonna try this eggplant. I fried this myself. And let's see with the rice what it tastes like. Yeah. I put a little bit of salt and cumin on it. This is a huge piece of chicken. Come on. Eat a bite. Oh my gosh. That's so good. So I want to tell you a story. Sorry if you hear hallway noises, but it's prime time right now here. It's evening, the sun's out, people are coming out like, yeah, no more heat. Anyway, so I told this story a long time ago, but like, I know you're thinking all your stories are from childhood. Well, for the past 7 years, I lived my life on camera, so you have to remember a lot of story times were live, but I did tell a lot of stories about my teenage years, early adulthood. A lot of them I can't tell. More childhood was more innocent, okay? I was talking to my mom about this the other day. I wanted to ask her details. So a bit of the details might be a bit different. So, chicken breast. So when I was growing up, I remember we moved to this. I was a kid, I don't remember exactly how old, but maybe 8, something like that. We moved to this really brand new, nice apartment. The food is fire. Those kids playing in the hall. Anyway, so what happened was we moved in. I sometimes still even drive by it, like when I go to Cornwall, my hometown. It's an older building now, and there's newer ones built around it. I remember one night, my mother and I were alone. My stepdad was working, and I didn't want to go to sleep. I was having trouble going to sleep. I was always like that, just 10 more minutes. Never wanted to go to bed. I like staying up late. So my mom, put on a movie, one of my favorite, Sleeping Beauty, like the original Disney one, to try to get me to be sleepy. And the story just creeps me out to this day when I think about it. All of a sudden, we hear a knock at the door. And as soon as the knock happened, I could tell my mother was afraid. She was like, what? Who's knocking at our door this hour? So she was like, who is that? And there was no answer, and the knocking continued. And there was no answer. And we were both like, what the heck, And my mom must have been really afraid, we had a keyhole, we could see through a key, an eye hole, and see out into not a keyhole, but, those things you look in to see who's in the hall. It was like she was too afraid to approach the door or something. But finally she did. And she looked out and she was like, oh. I saw some relief on her. And I was super curious, who is it? The barbecue with the onions? So she opens the door, and I'm like, oh, must be someone she knows. And it was this nice man, like a neighbor. Very calm guy. And I remember him in a calm voice saying, I'm just knocking to see if you guys are okay, and let you know that there's this man that was walking up, that was pacing out front of your door, your apartment door. It's weird and suspicious. So my mom was like, what? She was obviously startled and afraid by that. And she was like, my husband's gonna be home soon. I imagine she was saying that out loud to deter, in case the guy was still in the building somewhere. Now that I think about it. But am I gonna eat this? Anyway, my stepdad did come home. Not long after. My mom was freaked out. But it never happened again. And it makes me wonder, was the neighbor the culprit the whole time? Was he just making up some story to talk to my mom? I don't know, because after she said, my husband, he kind of didn't really talk to her anymore after that. I don't know, it was weird. But that's what happened. Or what we remember. R. Oh. I bit my lip ring scar. I used to have a lip ring long ago. Here, like a hoop. And there's a scar inside my mouth. And sometimes I accidentally bite it. Anyways, guys. I'm so full. That was so good, the fried eggplant. I mean fried, like I just put a little bit of like oil in a pan and just like fry one side, flip it when it's brown on the one side. Then I put a little bit of sea salt, a little bit of cumin, and it's like really good. Really good. So I'm gonna do that with the rest of the eggplant and eat it every day. I could eat just the eggplant and rice, like no problem, with like some onion. I don't know. But it's delicious, and eggplant is really good for you. I don't know about the fried part, but I'm not down to eating steamed eggplant. No, you have to fry it, or it's like okra tastes better fried to me. Anyway, at least we're not getting wasted. Yeah, I guess that's about it. Just wanted to share my dinner with you guys and that story. It's a creepy story that happened to us as a kid. Because I get people ask me sometimes, did anything creepy happen to you? I did tell a couple stories, but this one is one that like really creeps me out. I don't know. I was really scared because, you know, who knows, like we were alone and my mom was scared. It was night, you know, but yeah. I like that apartment. I miss it because my bedroom had, the windows had like a reading nook. Like they were the big windows where they have like a seating area you can sit. So I used to read my, Babysitter's Club and Sweet Valley High books on that. And I also remember my room smelled like coconuts. I got a gift, a souvenir gift. I don't know, remember where it was from. I think I don't know. No, it wasn't from Florida. My step-grandmother, I think, bought it for me. It was a polar bear, and it smelled like coconut, and it was a soap. And I had it on my dresser, and it smelled up my entire room. That was a nice place, a nice apartment. Yeah, memories, memories. Anyway, that was really yummy. I love making the rice with the vermicelli. It's like a rice-a-roni. Do you guys remember the box of rice-a-roni? You don't have to buy the box of rice. There's nothing wrong with buying it, but if you want to just make it homemade, it's so easy. You just buy like little vermicelli noodles. You cook them in some butter or olive oil, whatever you want. I cook them in butter. Like just a couple tablespoons until they're brown. They're gonna get brown. You just put the noodles in like that. And then when they're brown, you add the rice and the water and all that stuff and the chicken stock and whatever else. And it makes vermicelli like a rice-a-roni. Chicken flavor. It's really yummy and very easy. Anyway, I guess that's it for this video. Thanks for having dinner with me. I hope it made you hungry. I hope you had something good to eat. And I'll see you next one. Bye.